You Talk.
Oh, this is so good. It just has to be fattening.
You Talk Radio with Steve, Larissa, and Katie.
Well, let's get back to the phones. The number here is 1-855-50-U-TALK, 1-855-508-8255, and we've got Kenny on the line. Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
Hi. Last summer during summer break, I didn't take any classes, so I actually went overseas. I was in Japan for about a month, and I met a young lady out there.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
And we had one date, just one date.
Just
and
one.
I got back to the States, and all I could do is just think about her. I know it sounds really weird, but I don't have a desire.
So one date and you're smitten, huh?
Well, I don't know why. I don't know if this is normal, but like I've been meeting other girls out here, and I've been thinking about dating seriously for a while, but I don't know. I can't stop thinking about her. I'm not sure if.
So you're not interested in somebody else?
I really, really do like her, because I can't. How do you know someone from one date? Or if
that's
that,
true.
or
That's
true.
maybe I'm like a hopeless romantic. I love the idea of something that's impossible, because I don't think
you've been watching too many chick
I don't
flicks.
think. Yeah, secretly.
So have you had any contact with her since you've been back?
Oh, definitely. I Skype this girl at least 2 or 3 times a week. But here's the thing, and she never initiates the conversation, so that kind of tells me I don't think she's as interested in me as I am in her.
Okay.
Could be.
So I don't know if I'm just living in a fantasy world. I'm kind of embarrassed to bring this up to my friends, but I feel like they'll think I'm crazy.
So you don't think she's as into you as you are into her?
Well, I'll tell you what, 100% of the times that we talk, I'm initiating.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of a red flag, Kenny, because, if you're the one always doing it, maybe she's not into you as much as you are into her, and maybe she likes the conversation, and that's about it.
Do you plan on going back to Japan anytime soon?
I do think I'll be going quite possibly in a couple months. She did say that she wanted to visit here too,
That's
but
okay.
anytime we do talk about relationships or romance or anything, she looks like she refers to me as someone that she likes a lot. But with me, I'm like thinking so far ahead, and I'm sure I did this in the past.
Like marriage?
Yeah,
And
maybe
so-
you need to slow down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Your heart is going to get stomped on. We don't want to see that happen,
No.
Kenny. And I think also with girls, you could be scaring her away if
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
just being incredibly aggressive in terms of your feeling and laying your heart out on the table. And it's, there's a little bit of a chase that should be involved in reverse psychology. It's like...
And with a long distance kind of relationship like this, especially you having only had one date, you can kind of fabricate something that you think is there but may not be there.
Have you actually talked to her and given her the freedom to say how she's feeling about your relationship and just be really open about your feelings? I think that would be a good idea to do.
What should I say? Do I say, hey, look, I really, really like you. Is there a way we can work this out? Like, we can be a Skype relationship? Like, what are the options,
I think you're kind of jumping ahead there, Kenny, going back to what Katie was just saying. You need to give her the freedom to really lay it out how she's feeling about you, because it sounds a little different. At least that's what I'm hearing, that it may be totally different than how you feel about her.
Yeah, and just remember, it's not all about you, because right now you're just sharing about how you feel, but you really need to listen to her and consider where she's coming from, because she may just think of you as a friend, and if that's the case, you really do need to back off.
Yeah.
Kenny, give some thought to what we've been saying, and I especially encourage you to give her the freedom to let you know how exactly she feels. It's a risk.
Yeah.
It's a risk. You're going to put your heart out there, but better to get it stomped now or really know what's going on before you go too much further.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good luck.
Hey, feel free to get back in touch with us if you've got more questions.
We love helping people with their relationship problems. I know sometimes we joke, but I feel bad for him because,
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
He's really, truly thinks he's in love.
Yes.
But we also like to hear from other people that are doing things to help others in other situations. In fact, Katie, you have our latest Are You Mad?
So earlier this year on a Saturday, about 300 students from 36 high schools in LA took part in a volunteer day, and they sorted clothes, picked up trash, they painted a mural.
That's
and
a lot
they
of
served
schools,
meals.
a lot of people.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and they said that it was a really good reality check for some of these students, and they needed it because they'd never seen homeless. They'd never been in a homeless area, and they said that it really, they took them to see the tent encampments, the grocery carts that the homeless people have.
Reality check.
Yeah, and they said that a lot of them really needed it, and it was just shocking to to them because they didn't know people live like that. And they said that it was really hard for them to like talk with them and make eye contact with them.
It is an awkward thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it can be
I
very
know
awkward.
there's a lot of homeless in the city that I live in, and I know, there are times where I will go out and buy a person a meal, but I know it's really awkward when someone, especially being a female, like you see someone that's a guy that looks a little dirty and with some people, they have mental issues and you just don't know if it's safe or not. But, by and large, a lot of the homeless people are just normal people like us. They just happen to have some unfortunate things happen to them.
It's not so much scary as awkward. It's like, what do I say? What do I do? What are they going to do back to me, if anything? And it, like you said, Larissa, it's not any of that.
One of the things that I have a lot of friends who work in homeless organizations, I mean, ones that are reaching out to the homeless, I should clarify.
Yes.
And, a lot of times what I get annoyed with is when I see somebody who's homeless and they ask for money for food, but then they turn around and they're going to the liquor store, they're buying cigarettes.
Yeah.
But you could buy gift cards for food. Like $5 to McDonald's or to KFC or someplace, because that's like you can get a full meal at one of those places, and then for sure they're using it for food.
Yeah, a good point, because otherwise you just give cash you don't know, and it's not a matter of trust, but it's a matter of being a good steward of the money that you're trying to use to help somebody with. So,
exactly.
Or doing what some of these students are doing is directly interacting with them and, providing things that are practical that they need.
And they said that the biggest thing these students learned, besides that giving them, food and clothing that they needed, the biggest thing that helped these people was just smiling at them. They said that they smiled.
Yeah.
It was very awkward to look at them and they didn't know what to say. So a lot of them just smiled, and they said that really touched these homeless people.
Well, I can understand what they're saying. I mean, I'm not homeless, haven't been homeless, hope I'm not homeless, but it makes a difference when somebody does smile at you, just a simple smile. And especially when it's somebody from out of your neighborhood, somebody who you don't know, it just gives you kind of a sense of comfort. So here's our challenge to those of you listening today. What could you and some of your friends do if you got together and decided to go mad in your community? Okay, go make a difference. Okay, that's the whole "are you mad" thing that we talk about a lot here. What needs are there? What could you do to make a significant difference, not just in your community physically, but emotionally in the lives of people who live there? Get together, do something, let us know. Go to our website, utalkradio.com, go to our Facebook page, let us know what you've done, because we just might feature you here on one of the shows. So go mad, go out and make a difference.
All right. Well, thanks so much for listening to our show. Remember, you're not alone. You do matter. Together, we're You Talk.
Get into the world of You Talk Radio. Text You Talk at 411-247. Friend us on Facebook and Twitter. You Talk.
The opinions of the hosts and guests on You Talk are intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Such opinions are not intended to be a substitute for advice and counsel you would receive from a qualified mental health professional.